I don't feel like teams try to speed us up because we're such guard-oriented. So I feel like teams just try to slow us down a little bit. But when teams spread us out, we're extremely happy when that happens because me, Isaiah, and Jamal can get in the lanes and score and try to find these guys.
How impressive one of the early things you like about you when you were student was how you specifically were in pick and roll. And I saw you and Alex on the pick and roll with great speed.
That's just what I love because that's how I play the game, pick and roll. High school I do a lot of ISO, but at the next level you have to just pick and roll ball. That's what everyone does. And with guys like Alex who can finish at the rim, Scal who can pick and pop, Derek who can pick and pop, just helps me out a lot.
Coach Stalling said one of the biggest things he notices, for a smaller guy, he uses it to his advantage. How do you feel like you use your size and that you've been able to adapt to use being smaller to help you?
I just try to use my quickness and my IQ to my advantage. Try to beat guys to spots. Think a couple plays before and just try to do what I have to do to get by.
Tyler, how do you avoid getting frustrated when some guys aren't where you are?
Well, that's not the case right now. So, guys are playing. Everybody came out and played today, did their job, and that's why we came out with almost a 10-plus win.
Was it hard when guys weren't doing that?
Yeah, but we're not looking back into the past. We're moving forward.
Would you like to be 6'5"?
No, I'm good with what I got.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because most people,
I was blessed with the gifts I have, and that's why I got to work with.
Would you have this edge if you were 6'5"?
Probably because that's who I am. But I'm not 6'5", so it doesn't really matter.
Coach said. That's why I asked him. He said he sort of intimated he thought you would want to be 6'5".
I mean, if I was 6'5", it would be great, obviously. But I'm not. Looking for that. Like, I wish I was 6'5". I wish I was that. I am what I am.
Do you feel like you're in total control of the entire game?
Mostly, that's when I feel like I'm in a rhythm. When I'm in control of the game offensively and defensively because I feel like I'm getting in a better flow with the game.
How often are you making suggestions to Cal? He says you make them sometimes, and he just says, yeah, let's do it.
When I get into the flow, I try to make a lot of suggestions, and usually he trusts me with the decision.
When you got that second foul, I had to come out. I don't think you sat down the entire time. Were you in coach mode at that point?
No, I was just, upset with myself that I got the foul, but, those guys came in and they executed without me. Isaiah ran the point well, and, they got the job done.
How long? Did you think you were out for the rest of the half?
Oh, no, I knew I wouldn't be out for the rest of the half because I understand not to come in and get another foul.
What coach said to you when you were going back in when you had that second foul?
He just told me to make sure I don't foul again. Coaches were stressing that to me on the sideline. I told him I got him and just made sure I didn't.
Were you nervous at all that strip when you hit the guy there on the side?
No, I felt like I had it, and I figured they wouldn't call a foul there, and I shouldn't have done it. Honestly, I think of it, but I'm happy they didn't call it.
Do you feel like overall this collectively, team-wise, was the best defense you guys have played for 40 minutes?
Yeah, that's the best defensive game we had, and that's what we need to do every game because, in order for us to win, we have to be a defensive team, and if we do that, we're going to be pretty good.
You're probably having a chance.